Hi, so I'm in West Virginia, doing a week here of camp for the Diocese of Wheeling Charleston, and I love the people here. I know I put that funny post up about a man cold, and the truth is, I could never, in a million years, try to accomplish and do all the things that my wife does. And the stereotype of man colds is that the smallest thing can push them over the edge, and they're ridiculously pathetic about it. And it's probably true that I am a little bit like that. So, but what's frustrating, and again, it's just trying to be vulnerable, is that my job requires that I speak to people and that I sing, and I can't do either, really. Last night was an amazing night, and it seemed like it was a great opportunity to interact with these kids here in the diocese. But I'm a little worried about this afternoon, probably even more worried about tomorrow night when we get a new batch of young people, because by then I may not have a voice at all. But this has happened before, and God has been faithful, and this is why I think it's important for me to say this, is that about a year ago I was just horribly ill. I had to go from New York, New Jersey area, where I did a junior high youth gathering with all these schools in one area. And then I had to drive all day to get up to northern New York. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm in trouble, because I literally had laryngitis. I couldn't speak, and I'm thinking, how am I gonna keep the attention of these junior high kids, let alone, actually do some ministry? And boy, you guys, it was so hard. The microphone system, of course, wasn't amazing, but a miracle happened that morning, and it was like beautiful. I whispered, and they listened really extra hard because I was whispering in this dramatic voice. Well, I got all the way up to where I had to be in northern New York. I did that event, and then I had to drive home. And I remember just finding myself amazed at the way, He provides. And so I'm thinking of that a little bit today, knowing that I have limitations and I have weakness. But the funny thing is that I have limitations and I have weakness even when it's not demonstrated through this sickness. In other words, I'm always a person who is weak and, if you will, even at times spiritually sick. And yet, I somehow can receive the healing from Jesus to do what I'm called to do. It's just noticeable now. But once this cold goes away, it's very probable that I'll have this kind of, maybe, it's not a deadly sickness, it's not the end of the world sickness, but in essence, that's sin, mortal venial sin. It causes a reaction to your spiritual body. And and that's why we need the sacraments. We need the healing of our Lord. God can do great things through people who are weak. I'm amazed that He does so many great things through me. Maybe you're not feeling well today. Just know I'm going to offer up my man sickness today for you. But maybe spiritually you're really struggling, and really that's my ultimate desire, to offer up my sickness for you, because in both cases, physical and spiritual, we're always going to need that healer. Sometimes it's more noticeable than others. When you get a cold, you sometimes have to stop what you're doing and go to the doctor and get fixed. But spiritually, a lot of times when we're really sick, and we just keep getting sicker and sicker, and we don't really notice it, and so we don't do anything about it, and we become so ineffective and unproductive. I'm cheering you on. I want you to know that I love you, and I'm thankful for your prayers. More than anything, pray for my family. They're the ones who have to put up with me. God bless.